You're going to be under arrest.
For what?
For not listening to me.
I think the emergency is the video, somebody's videotaping.
Okay. And the shirt says, I believe, balls deep. He says his name is Captain Awesome.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Rogue Nation here with you today, guys, and we got a great video coming to us from FA space FO. He's got 27 subscribers. So hit him up with a sub, like the video, and you know, swing by and let him know we appreciate him standing up for our rights and also recording the interaction, right? Because without the recording, we can't see how this is taking place, right? So in this video here today, the gentleman, from what I heard, and I might be wrong, but I think he said that he's homeless. He goes into this gas station and gets a drink, and he's sitting outside drinking it, and they tell him to leave the property. So he does. He comes back out here. You'll see in the video that he is on what is known as the public right-of-way. Now, a lot of people don't understand the public right-of-way. They get it confused with the public easement or utility easement, and they are totally different things, okay? A right-of-way is the road, okay? The road is a public right-of-way, okay? And the right-of-way doesn't stop when the concrete that cars drive on stop, right? It extends on both sides of the road. It's called a public right-of-way. And usually in these public right-of-ways, you'll see drainage, ditch drainages. Usually the utilities are on the outermost edge of the public right-of-way. And they look like to be here as well. You'll see the utility poles. Those should be right on the edge of the public right-of-way. And you'll obviously see a drainage ditch. That's what the public right-of-way are there for. It's there for pedestrian traffic. It's there for bicycle traffic, horse and buggy traffic in some parts of the country like Indiana or Pennsylvania where you have a lot of Amish. You'll notice they'll be using what's known as the public right-of-way. They're not actually in the street, right? And it's public land, and you're allowed to walk on it. You are also allowed to stand on it. Like, let's say you called an Uber and you wanted to get an Uber there, then you're allowed to do that as well. So you know, you wait for a taxi cab, wait for someone to come pick you up. If your car breaks down, you can pull your car over, you know, and they won't immediately tow it. Obviously, they'll put a sticker on it. You'll get 24 hours or whatever it is in your community. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long about this, guys, but I do want to point out some of these comments here, especially this person here, Andrea Sloan. This is an ex-cop. He likes to, expose criminal records of auditors. One thing he doesn't do very well is understand the law. And here in this comment section of this gentleman's thing, he calling public land because it's an easement. It says a public easement gives you permission to walk across it to get from one side to the other. That's not exactly right in the aspect of this video. Again, he's not on an easement. He is on a public right-of-way, and it's not an easement. And an easement to walk from one place to another would be like if, you know, there's no other way to get through property, right? Like if you buy property that's landlocked on all sides by other property owners, then they have to provide an easement for you to get back to your property. Along the side of the road, it's always been a public right-of-way since before this country was founded. It comes to us from England, and the King's Roads and stuff like that. So, alright guys, I've talked enough. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this interaction, and go over there and give the man some support in his comments section. Get these bootlickers out the door and get them on the right path. Alright? Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Stuff so I can get this done.
All right, they asked me to leave and I left.
And you argued with them, so now I have to get your information so I can actually trespass. That way if you come back, we have record that all this happened. You're not in trouble right now.
I know, because I didn't break the law.
You're not in trouble at all right now. You have to
all right,
trespass.
I did not break the law, right?
Yes, by arguing and not leaving whenever they first
I did leave.
Okay,
I was out here when you drove by earlier.
Let me get your information so I
Right?
can go in there and tell them.
I was out here when you drove by earlier. The call just came in, right?
Okay.
So you saw me already off their property before they called you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They said that
That's a road sign. That's a road sign. That's a road sign.
Identify you so that I can get out of here. You already were about to walk away. All you have to do is give me your license.
But I don't have to because I don't like being bullied.
I'm not trying to bully you.
And yet you are.
No,
You're demanding I give up my constitutional rights.
No, failure to identify
Is a secondary crime. I'm asking you what was the first crime that I'm convicted. I left when I was asked to leave. I did, and you saw me act left.
Or they wouldn't have called.
Yeah, they would have, because you saw me out here a while ago, off their property. You saw me. You admitted it. You saw me off the property, and I was right there. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to tell
exactly,
you.
right?
And now
before they called on me, you saw me off their property. They came out here to try to kick me off of public property.
Just stay right there. You're not allowed to be right there.
So they're saying I'm trespassing, even though this specific officer saw that I was off the property. I was right here by this post, past this post. Obviously, there's sewer line, there's sewage. This is all public land right here. This is part of the roadway. I was here. People came out to try to kick me off of public land. And I told them if they had an issue with it, they should call the cops. Now, he's saying that I was trespassing, and that's why they called. They asked me to leave, and I left. I was already walking down the road when he came and saw me. This gets old, man. I get so tired of it. Everywhere you go, they kick me off the property for sitting outside after I bought a drink. And when they told me to leave, I left. Again, I came out here. I was flying a sign, telling people to smile. Now this sheriff is telling me that I'm trespassing. I'm not trespassing. I've already left the property. I left when they asked me to leave. It's not trespassing to be on the public right-of-way of the road. And she's already admitted on camera. Admitted that I was already walking away and still wants to say that I was trespassing. I obviously left when I was asked to leave. Saying that I threatened them. I did not threaten them. I told them they were bad people. Now I'm illegally detained even though I haven't broken any laws. I do have my ID in my hand. If he wants to push it further, I'm going to ask him if I'm going to be arrested if I don't identify. If he says that I'm going to be arrested, then... So if I don't identify myself, am I going to get arrested? All right, under duress, I'm going to identify myself, but that's not legal. It's not.
If you identify, then I'm all done.
All right. Well, I'm gonna identify myself.
Well,
it's not.
Okay.
It's not
Let me
legal.
run this by you real quick.
Yep.
I just got off the phone with my sergeant.
Yep.
He's busy on something else, so he's not coming here. So, hold on. I'm good. So, I got off the phone with them. They were saying that you were on the property.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were.
I went and bought a drink.
I know.
And
So
I was sitting
now
outside
they're
drinking it, and they kicked me.
They're trespassing you.
Okay.
And you argued with them and refused to leave.
No.
So
that
now
is
I'm
not what
gonna
happened.
trespass you. You're not in trouble. I'm
And
gonna run this.
and you know that's not what happened.
That
because
is what
you
happened.
saw
That's
me.
That's what they just told me.
But
That's
you
why I'm
saw
gonna
me
be
out here
trespassed.
earlier when you drove by, right?
Okay, but
I was
now
already off their
you were
property.
Arguing with them at that time. That's the problem, right?
I was arguing because they told me I had to leave.
And then you argued with them.
Because I don't. Because I'm on public property.
You said that they were telling you in there is where you started arguing with them.
No, I was
just
there.
told me that.
No, I didn't. It's on camera.
Didn't he just say that?
No, I was there
You said
earlier.
that you were getting a drink
Yeah.
in there, and then you guys started arguing because they told you to leave.
No.
And you started arguing.
No.
So, listen, I'm gonna run this as long as you have no warrants that I feel the need to take.
I don't.
I don't think you do. You're not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're.
But I'm
I don't know
gonna
why
hand
you're
this into
doing
my lawyer because this isn't
That's
illegal.
totally fine. You can hand it into your lawyer, and he's
Nope.
gonna tell you the same thing that I just.
He's not.
So I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna send you on your way. Okay?
Have fun.
Thank you.
Hey, can a private corporation demand you leave public property?
Excuse me?
Can a private corporation demand you leave public property?
This is a public property.
This is where I was standing over there where I was standing right where he was.
Listen to me. When you start arguing with the managers or the employees in there and they tell you to leave, then you are causing a disturbance.
Yeah, but I left.
When they tell you to leave,
And I left.
if you're arguing, you're not leaving, you're causing
No.
a criminal offense.
He drove by earlier. I can't hear you.
He has the right to identify you.
He drove by me earlier, and I was already standing right where that guy is. I was already off their property. They came out from their store to tell me that I had to leave public property. And I told them flat out, if they had a problem with it, that they could call the sheriff. Because I'm not breaking the law by standing right there. That is not their property. That is public easement of the roadway. It is public land. I do not have to leave because a private corporation comes out and tells me. When I was sitting next to their building earlier and they asked me to leave, I left. But I was already here when he drove by earlier. He saw me, he admitted it. He admitted he saw me right there. Right? And then afterwards, they came out and told me that I had to leave. I don't have to leave. I can tell them that I don't have to leave. This is the road. This is not their land. It is not a threat to somebody to tell them, I don't want to talk to you. If you want, call the cops. Right? That's not a threat.
Where are you originally from, bud?
Originally, I'm from Montana. That was under duress. I would like to admit that. I do have you on camera saying that you saw me out here
You
earlier.
already said I have myself on camera.
Yeah, but mine don't disappear.
So, okay. You can walk any which way but the freeway. Be safe. Beautiful dog.
All right. Can you go tell them they do not have the right to kick somebody from public lands?
Yes, they do.
No, they
I'm
don't.
not even discussing that one with you.
You saw me right there where he was earlier. Hey, is this public land? I'm free to stay. And I just got got a sheriff on fucking film saying that private corporations have the right to trespass you from public lands. Alright. I'm probably going to be here for the next week. Look at all this. Just try to bully around a homeless person. Hey, can I get your name and badge number too?
Deputy Warson, badge number 417. Come from my cruiser too. That matches.
417?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I'm not going to shake your hand. I don't really appreciate what you just did.
All right. You have a good day.
Alright, well, that's that. Identified under threat of arrest.